What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. So, Russia and Vladimir Putin's number two in command, the former president of Russia, Dmitry Medvedev, says a ominous warning of a threat of a new World War III. This comes as the assassination, most people think an assassination of the Wagner Group boss, as he was just killed in a massive airplane crash, basically showing that they'll do whatever it takes to put whoever opposes them into the ground. Yeah, so take a look here at their ominous warning of a threat of a new World War III. Also, Vladimir Putin says that he probably won't have time to make the funeral of what once was one of their best allies, Prigozhin, the leader of the Wagner Group, which was a Russian mercenary group. Yeah, Dmitry Medvedev, the former Russian president who was president in between Vladimir Putin's terms, a Kremlin official and now ally of Russian President Vladimir Putin, accused Western powers of ignoring signals from Moscow and pushing towards a new world war, according to state-run news agency TASS. Medvedev previously served as president of Russia from 2008 to 2012. Between Putin's first and second terms, and as prime minister from 2012 to 2020. He currently serves as deputy chairman of the Security Council of Russia and is considered a major Kremlin propagandist. In an interview segment published on Saturday, Medvedev told the state-run news agency TASS and RT that Western nations, not Russia, were pushing the world closer to a new world war, but not Russia, just Western nations. Quote, frankly speaking, it would have definitely been better if they had heard them, the signals, he says. In any case, the world would have to face the threat of World War III. In any case, the world would have to face the threat of World War III. In fact, this is where our opponents are actively pushing everyone. World War III. Basically saying, that it's inevitable? He further stressed that the West failed to hear our signals. Over the past year and a half, Medvedev has frequently made similar comments about Russia's enemies risking World War III or nuclear war, usually in relation to their opposition to the invasion and support to Ukraine. In July, he accused President Joe Biden of provoking nuclear Armageddon after the United States announced that it would provide controversial cluster bombs to Ukraine as part of the ongoing military aid. Although there has been reports that Russia has been using cluster bombs for a while in Ukraine, adding that the move would risk a third world war. In earlier comments, he also suggested that Biden, due to his advanced age, could, quote, absent-mindedly start World War III. Some people think this is the start already of World War III. In March, Medvedev invoked World War III after the Hague War Crimes Court in the Netherlands concluded that Putin had committed war crimes in Ukraine. Remember that the International Criminal Court in the Netherlands is a non-biased court that has been around for decades, and they issued a international arrest warrant that is upheld by dozens of international countries based on the evidence that they've seen of Russia. You could see here, international ministry seeks to detain Karim Khan in wake of allegations against president over abducted Ukrainian children, and has also arrested or put out an arrest warrant as well for Vladimir Putin Again, over thousands of abducted Ukrainian children that have been taken from Ukraine and will probably never see their families ever again. Yeah, so you guys can let me know your thoughts of this. And again, this reminds me of what happened in World War II in Germany by Hitler. Yes, I mean, again, you can let me know your thoughts on this. Does history repeat itself? Yeah, so again, should the world just let this happen? Should Putin just be allowed to do this? If the US and NATO and all the other countries um, just let this happen, I mean, the same thing if we go back to World War II. Imagine if Hitler was not stopped, and imagine what happened to the Jewish people was not stopped by the rest of the world. Imagine the world that we could be living in today. And now that the Wagner Group boss Prigozhin was assassinated in this plane crash that they think came from an internal bomb now the Kremlin is issuing an executive order to make the Wagner mercenaries, all the thousands of troops there, they're going to try to make them take a loyalty oath to Russia, even though many of those troops are not Russian and actually came from even different countries, even. Now he's going to potentially try to, or they are going to try to make all these thousands of troops sign a oath of allegiance to Russia after they killed the leader of the Wagner Group. Again, I don't speak Russian, so I speak English. Um, yeah, so this is honestly what I predicted that Putin would do. I'm surprised it actually took him this long to do this. If you listen to my show, when this guy did the coup attempt, one of the first things that came to my mind is oh, Putin's gonna off this guy. Putin's going to kill this guy. It's only a matter of time. I was surprised it even took this long. The only thing I wasn't sure about is that was this just a something that was really behind the scenes that Putin was still working with this guy. But then it kind of came out that because this guy was bad mouthing Putin and Russia in the public eye, it did kind of seem that that really wasn't the case because of the way he was talking about Russia, and he was really just bad mouthing them really, really hard, and that's what it didn't really kind of seem to me that he was still working with Russia. But the thing was is that they had paid Russia had paid them over $1 billion in who knows in what currency, right? But when they were going to make that coup attempt and they were going to march on Moscow, but then stopped, I was like, oh man, that was your chance. Now you're really in for it because you can't exactly do that against Putin and then live to tell the tale, right? And here it is. He didn't live to tell the tale for too long. He did live for a little bit of time, but it's like you're a marked man after that, right? You can't. It's like trying to do that against Hitler, and then if they know you did it, what do you think's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen, right? It'd be different if like you did an assassination against Hitler or Putin or Stalin, and they don't know who you are. That's a different story, right? But if they know who you are, you're a marked man, you're a done deal. Or like even like against the president of the United States, right? You do something like that, you're going to prison for a long, long time. Like even in a a democratic society, right? There's laws and stuff against that. You can't do that. You go to prison for life or for decades and decades and decades, right? You just can't do that type of thing. So in one society or another, yeah, you're just done. You're done. So, hmm. Yeah. And look what happened. Boom, his plane blew up and yeah, he went down. So we're seeing threats of World War III, unrest as a lot here, and we're also seeing not only could this destabilize not only the Wagner Group, but Putin defectors fighting for Ukraine invite Wagner troops to switch sides. Yeah, take a listen to this. Yeah, Russian fighters serving in the Ukraine armed forces. Yeah, so just let that sink in there for a second. Russian fighters that are serving in the Ukraine armed forces are inviting the Wagner Group troops to switch sides and join them in their fight against Vladimir Putin's forces to avenge the death of Prigozhin, the leader of the Wagner Group, who was just assassinated, saying, quote, "You are facing a serious choice right now. You can stand in a stall of Russia's defense ministry and serve as watchdogs for the executor of your commander, Prigozhin, or take revenge." Yeah, this is coming from the commander of the RVC, Russia's Volunteer Corps, who said in a video, RVC is one of two Russian rebel groups that crossed from Ukraine into Russia's territory. Recently, the Belgorod region bordering Ukraine in May this year. RVC says its members include Russia's fighting on Ukraine's side and against the Kremlin regime and other rebel groups. The Freedom of Russia's Legion is made up of defectors from Russia's armed forces and Russian and Belarusian volunteers. Wow. Also, we're still seeing a lot of unrest here in Niger, the country there, because you could see here tens of thousands of people that are supporting the coup attempt that happened there as well. A big thing's happening there after a rally after the French ambassadors ordered to leave. Tens of thousands of people rallied Saturday in support of last month's coup attempt, a day after the country's new military rulers gave France ambassador 48 hours to leave the country. And this is looking more and more like there's going to be a military throwdown here. The U.S. says that the country of Niger has not told the U.S. ambassadors to leave the country. Remember, there's over 1,000 U.S. military troops already there because there's a U.S. military base, actually several there as well. So the U.S. has military boots on the ground there already. And the previous ex-president that is being held captive is held as a prisoner there from this coup attempt. They have warned that they would actually kill the president there if there was military intervention. So this is a very, very tricky situation on how they're going to take back the country there, as the other surrounding countries, the other Western and Eastern, the other African countries, maybe I'll say, are actually saying they're going to move in with military intervention. But the coup attempt government that's in there now says if you do that, we're going to kill the president. Yeah. Tough situations going on here all around, and this is sometimes how new governments get formed, by coup attempts, and this is almost what happened to Vladimir Putin. And now Prigozhin he's now gone because he didn't. I actually think he should have followed through with that coup attempt, because yeah, he didn't, and now Putin took him out. Yeah, so that was a fatal mistake for him. Let me know your thoughts here in the comments. I'll keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country and around the world that you need to know about here on a daily basis. Crazy stuff. You can't make this stuff up. Yeah. If you haven't yet, make sure to like and share these videos. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to subscribe down below if you haven't yet. Click here to see the new largest wave of inflation could be coming next. Or will the US invade Mexico next? Well, it's a very real possibility. Click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.